All right, Travis Wayne Goodsell. All right, the judiciary has approved the impeachment for Donald John Trump as it moves to the House, which is expected to pass there in the House. So, for the first time in American history, a first-term president will be impeached. It doesn't mean he's indicted for the impeachment. It's up to the Senate next year, assuming Trump doesn't abandon his post to avoid the stigma of getting impeached. So we'll see. Alright, so this is a Mormon criticism video. And to start off with, if you haven't ever known about me, I was born and raised Mormon, going on 50 years of being a Mormon. I technically have never left the church. I was extorted to stop my translation work by my local bishop, who's now the former bishop. He was given an extension as a reward for having kicked me out of the church. But yeah, he said that I needed to not post about the Book of Mormon being the official doctrine of the church in regards to my translation discoveries, and or not bother coming to church. So I wasn't going to allow myself to be extorted, and have never shown up to church since. And of course, nobody's come to try to reclaim me either. So that shows you the love that Mormons have for the lost sheep. They're only interested in money. And so this is what this one's about. They call tithing a donation. That we donate freely to the church through tithes and other offerings. Unfortunately, the church is committing a RICO Act violation because, do you remember, Mormons, when you're interviewed to go through the temple? When you get your temple recommend, you're asked 10 questions, which the new CEO announced in conference the changes to the temple and recommend questions. Remember number, let's see, is it 8? Because is there 10? Or is it number 10 and there's 12? I'd have to refer back. But do you pay a full tithing? Not a partial tithing, not no tithing, I'll get to it soon, checks in the mail. No. Do you pay a full tithing? And if you answer no, I pay a partial tithing, or no, checks in the mail, do you remember what happens to you? The bishop says, we'll hold off on giving you your recommend until you're fully paid up. Do you understand the criminality of that? Religion is not supposed to be an extortion in order to receive the religious rituals. Other churches require donations, but they don't demand donations. The donations are necessary to run the business and organization, but they allow the people to determine how much they want to give. And of course, televangelists say, I need to buy my 5th yacht. God will smite me down if you don't give me the money for my 5th yacht. Then people are sort of threatened in that manner, but nobody's really obligated to pay up. You don't have to pay up. You can still just listen to him. However, in the church, the rituals, once you're baptized, and here's the added crime: 8 years old, you're allowed to be baptized, and at 8 years old, you're now required to give 10% of all your income, the gross, not the net, to the church in order to participate in the rituals. You can't go to the temple to do baptisms for the dead unless you're paid up. And so, yeah, what did Isaiah say about that? Come by, I'm not able to quote it, come by milk and honey without price, or something like that. Let's see, do a quick search. Come by honey one. It gives me the Nephi version rather than the, come on, rather than the, so it's 2 Nephi 26:25, but the comparable is, they don't even show it in here. It's from Isaiah. Bruce. Okay, 25. Let's pull down to the footnotes. 25. Isaiah 55:1. Is that right? Come, yeah. Okay, 55:1. Alright. Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yea, come and buy wine and milk without money and without price. You're not supposed to pay for the religion, for the rituals, because that's exaltation that Mormons understand with Isaiah. That's the temple rituals. Come to the temple without money and without price. So do you see the contrast? The Latter-day Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, saying you ain't getting in the temple, you ain't getting your exaltation unless you pay up. Isaiah says, no, the true Church of Jesus Christ does not require money payments. It's free. Exaltation is free. So, Mormons, you understand what that means. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is not the true Church of Jesus Christ. They're extorting exaltation. Just like Trump is extorting other nations, in particular the Ukraine one for the vote today, to have an investigation, or at least publicly announce you're doing an investigation, because that's all Trump wanted, and he's got it. It's now gone far and wide thanks to the Republicans that Trump has announced the dirt on Joe Biden, and the Democrats or Republicans have fulfilled that instead of Ukraine. And so now Trump can take that into the next year's campaign and say, yeah, Joe Biden. And even if Joe Biden doesn't win the primary, he can still announce it. They're all crooked. See what we did to Hillary. See what we did to Joe Biden. So, it's illegal. It is a crime to extort money for religious practice. That's where the RICO Act comes in. See, the criminal organizations, they have a legitimate business, such as sanitation, as the stereotype. and yet they use it to go around to all the businesses where they pick up their trash and say, hey, pay up for the month. The church is worse, because each and every single paycheck you get, 10% must go to them in order to go through the temple rituals, where you give the loyalty oath, where you used to, back before 1891, because it was on my mission while it happened, where the transition happened, but you're supposed to kill yourself if you do not pay them. They still have the knife. They still have the knife in the temple ceremony rituals. That's what the knife means. The first token of the Aaronic priesthood. Right arm to the square with the thumb extended, the knife extended. You're holding the knife in your hand. They're making a covenant with the knife in your hand, ready to kill yourself, because that's what the penalty was. They didn't take this out, because that's what it's referring to. Oh, you're revealing the secrets of the temple! Oh! Yeah, that's why they're wanting it to keep secret, because they're making a secret oath with you not to tell that you're supposed to kill yourself if you do not support and defend the church by giving them money, by defending them in the courts, by defending them in public, by attacking, murdering, whatever it takes to defend the church. That's how bad it is. And you current Mormons who didn't get raised up with all this, you may not understand it. But I just revealed to you the thumb. The mighty thumb. The thumb is mightier than the sword. But choose ye this day, Mormons, because you're choosing wrong.